Before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
Hello people of the YouTubes and welcome to This Is the Police. A game which I have played through once, and I say played through, I lasted 12 days trying to play it straight. This is a game of corrupt cops in a corrupt city and trying to survive in it until retirement. The premise of the game, we have 180 days before retirement and we want to get $500,000 to retire on, and also, you know, last at the end, because as I say, I was killed on day 12 playing it far too straight. So, let's get into this. New game. We will, of course, remove the current save data because that was, yeah, not exactly brilliant. So, day 1. The news. We are playing Jack Boyd, 60-year-old chief of police, with a car that barely works.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher. This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
An unpredictable chief of police is definitely a good thing. But it kind of represents the fact that we are going to be playing his life.
I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
And here we go. We go into an interview before we start the game. Good morning. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced her resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? I'm gonna stay on side with the mayor, because I'm gonna have to stay on side with the mayor on some level, so the mayor discussed it with me. No, it didn't come as a surprise. Do you already know the name of your successor? No. Okay, that was a bad thing. His office doesn't know who it is either. Recent corruption scandal, your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to resigning. The mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? Who cares? No way. The mayor's mind to leave, and I don't see anything affecting that decision. Kendrick was acquitted. Many still believe the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? We do not cooperate with the mafia. Officially. You're very convinced of the aliens, indeed. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? Again, we'll stay on side with the mayor, definitely not. Now, Roger's true professional, why not? Thank you. Yeah, I think we conducted that reasonably well, though it could have been more insulting.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Yes, we don't want our corrupt deputy here, if we can avoid it. Well, this first episode is going to be introduction and tutorials, and then we'll get into the meat of the game, hopefully in the second video. But for now, enjoy the art style. And a bit later on, enjoy the various music tracks. So from what I've gathered in terms of my first playthrough playing completely straight, I have to be partially corrupt, but not completely corrupt.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I
bit.
knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people.
I know, it's amazing.
Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had 1,000,000 chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon.
Hey!
180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my best.
And quit smoking up the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
Darn it!
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
And we enter day 2. Cleanliness of city streets increased by 20%. Francis Kendrick could replace Jack Boyd. I didn't say I said no. I don't think he's going to take a job. God darn media. Didn't listen to a thing I said. But hey, cleanliness up 20%.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Okay, would you like to see tips about the game? What game works? Yeah, show me what you got. So, organize assignment for shifts today and tomorrow. Every shift, officers correspond to crimes in progress. We also have a set of detectives and do things. Several important characteristics. Professionalism, which is the score at the top, the overall efficiency. 150 is considered average. Short of that mark is unreliable. Higher than average is a safe bet. However, people can fail even if they've got pluses and minuses here. Energy on the right is basically how good much health they've got. Obviously, tired cops are going to be worse than non-tired cops. Some cops are lazy and won't think of any reason to take the day off. Others drink too much. We'll have to work that out. As you can see, we have a reasonable shift for 2, although we have Miss Price over here, who only has a thing of 5. But other than that, we seem to be about what we would expect. 3 good cops and a lot of okay-ish / bad ones and some detectives. So this is the meat of how the game will resolve for a day-to-day basis. We also have one SWAT team. So time moves on, and as time goes on, we will have calls to respond to. For example, we now have a hit and run in progress. Easy way to determine a difficulty task is how many people it wants to send to it. So, married couple exited a convenience store, saw a van in the parking lot to back over a homeless man. Looking for a trash can. Driver got out to help, but once he saw it hit a bum, he got in and drove away. So, we're now going to send a couple of people to do this. We're going to send Officer Purdy and Officer Austin. Because they should hopefully balance each other out in this. And we still have a couple of good cops if we need them. Here we go, crime in progress. Fight. Theatre manager reports showing of Citizen Kane. A drunk man attempted to force his way into the theatre, carrying a snowball decorated with rosebud. He was denied entry, and he's gotten violent. So, in order to continue on with this, we're going to send out our top cop, Yoshi, with Sano. I'm not going to be using Price because I'm probably going to fire her as soon as I get a chance to. Unless we have to use Price, I'm not going to. Okay, once they get there, we get reports. Very everything goes well, the police capture the criminal, nobody dies. But the truth is, sometimes criminals just manage to escape. Defend the court, officers unharmed. Both of them now getting an extra 10. What's the stats? Well, either way, they improve. As long as they get successful in missions, they do improve by a set amount each mission. Hence why I'm trying to concentrate on my good guys at this point. Okay, they're able to deal with that. It's also kind of what I've learned is it's quite helpful to have one good cop and then a few slightly under average ones, because you can then use his good skill to boost the others. Okay, suburb, crime in progress, robbery. So again, we'll send these two out because they had one successful mission today. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun rob the video store. Let's go get them. Right, now we're running out of people. Here, but some have just come back, thankfully. So that'll be Officer Purdy and Officer Ustin. Now, unfortunately, it's locked, so we can't send any more in. We don't have to send the limit of people, it has to be said. But obviously, we're more likely to be successful if we do send more people. If we get desperate, we can send people out by themselves. Now, this is our retirement fund. Currently, only sending there. Okay. So there's an assault in the ghetto. I have 3 people available, so let's send all 3 of them. This one might not go so well, but I'm hoping that that average will go on that. And now we get some direct orders. When they don't know how to proceed, they will occasionally call us and I'll have to determine this. If I pick the correct things, it's more likely to work. Sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Let's just go and open up like that. Defend the court, officers unharmed, extra 10 points all the way. So not going too bad actually, most things are improving. Course on the fight. Defend the court, officers unharmed. Nice easy opening day for Shift B. I think 5 is the lowest it will go. I don't think if this one fails it will go down. It will go down if they fail, as we said, but... Okay, report. Defend the court. Officers unharmed. Yay! Plus points. And it's nice to have a 270 officer at least there, because as I said, it allows you to boost the lowest soldiers? Officers. Sometimes they will have to be soldiers, though. Right, didn't need to swap the team, and since there's nothing else happening today, we can end the day. You can order any cop to come in and work overtime. Working flat out, they'll be exhausted. However, I don't think we need to do this at this stage. We have Shift A, which, as you can see, Shift A generally is worse, but it does have the top soldier. I'm going to keep saying soldier. Top officer here as well. Oh, there's some definite issues with this, I think, looking at this. Maybe I should get somebody across there. But no, I'll be fine. We'll have a day.
Used to be, when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Well, we'll see about that a bit later, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to end the video here on day 3, and next time we shall continue. So, until then.